1035. Call Sister Circle Show at 646-378-1035. The lines are open. Now, my question was, what was my question? About gym itself. How do you recruit? And what areas? I know you're in Newark, but you're also where in Bloomfield, Belleville, and New York. Tell us where you are located. Your different places.
Well, our meeting locations are now, we have meeting locations in New York, and we're also reachable in Newark. We have meeting locations at 116 West 23rd Street every third Saturday, with the exception of the months June through August, where we have virtual meetings during the summertime. So we pretty much recruit by way of the applications that we receive, different speaking engagements that we go out and we do community outreach to talk about the GEM project. And what we do is we receive applications online. We recruit pretty much for volunteers, members, board members, and chapter startups, because we're in desperate need of having young persons coming up to applying online in hopes to perhaps make a chapter at their school, because that's our ultimate goal, is to have different chapters throughout this nation practicing the GEM Project philosophy.
Wonderful, wonderful. And I'm looking forward to, and we have to talk a little bit more this fall, because I think that's something that Daughters of Imani, which is a group of girls that I work with, ages 10 through 18, I believe this is something worthwhile that they can become involved in as part of their understanding community and themselves, and giving back to the community as well. I think that it'll be a good match for my girls, having them be taught by some of the GEM Project volunteers. Now, how is GEM Project funded? And then I'm going to take a call.
All right. Well, we have individual contributions from the neighboring communities. When I founded this at Rutgers University, we worked by means of working under or with other student organizations, but the GEM Project was separate. Right now, the GEM Project is incorporated in Newark, New Jersey. We're going through our necessary paperwork so we can be tax exempt, and so that we can also apply for federal funding. So that's pretty much the map that we've been going, because we've been recruiting, we've been making partnerships with different nonprofits throughout both New Jersey and New York, which has been great.
Very good. Very good, very good. Okay, we're going to take a call. Let's see. I see that there's an 862 area code, and if you want to talk with Amanda, if you have a question to ask her, I believe you press 1, or is it that you press 2? I don't know, but you listen to the switchboard, and they'll tell you what to do. But I also have my daughter, who is a faithful listener. Chantel Howard is on, and I'm going to see if she has a question or something to say. Hi, Chantel. Welcome. Shanny, say hi to Amanda. Hi.
Hi, Amanda. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you? No?
I'm good. I am just listening, and I am just sitting here overjoyed at the fact of what you're doing in my hometown of Newark.
Thank you.
And I tell you, at 24, a lot of women and a lot of men, or just in general, are not thinking about giving back to the community. They're more focused on, just finishing college and trying to, discover life. And I tell you, God has given you such a tremendous gift to just work in the community and do different things. I mean, especially in the inner city of Newark, it's really needed. And I just want to say God bless you for all the work that you're doing. I look forward to looking at your website. I know that my mom was so excited and just filled with so much after she came back from where she was with Crystal, and I tell you, God bless you. Like I said,
thank you. God bless you too.
There's not that many people out there doing stuff like that, and if one person or many persons can do this, it will really make a difference in our communities and in our country.
Amen.
I agree.
Amen.
Thank you. Amen. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chantal. And Chantal, I'm gonna put you on hold for a minute, but if you have another question, I know to cue you in. Amanda, what would you say to anyone who is even thinking about getting involved in a community or wanting to start a project such as GYM? What type of advice would you give to someone?
All right. One, I would say don't let any type of negative energy, or I would say watch who you surround yourself with.
Ooh, yes.
And when you start, when you're starting any type of organization or anything that is brand new or is just completely startup, you have to surround yourself with positive people, because it's going to be a tough road ahead of you, and there's no way going around it. There's no easy way to get through this. Even now, you have to even prepare yourself for success. I know I had this conversation with a fellow friend of mine, Chanel Barnes, actually, because she has a wonderful nonprofit, Through Future Eyes. We had a discussion about this, about one is you have to surround yourself with positive people. Mm-hmm. You have to be consistent with your craft. You have to be passionate with your craft.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
And you have to be relentless.
Oof.
And when I say that's what you call the CPR, like you're pretty much the CPR, consistency, passionate, and being relentless. Because these are things that will really take you through. Because there's something that I learned this past weekend. I went to a program called the White House Project, and there's one thing that I learned about that is that you should invest all that you can with your passion. You should never go under or go slightly above. You should always invest beyond and completely setting up new heights for yourself. And I guess that's what I would say is just be consistent and stay passionate, be relentless, and surround yourself with positive people. And also don't be discouraged with how. The one thing that I learned that will help me a lot with starting programs or planning events is planning backwards. I find that when you plan backwards, because when I
that's the way I plan.
Oh, really?
When I first started doing that, like at work, when I work, my background is social services, and also at church, like in leadership meetings. Like right now, I'm planning a back-to-school program. You may be interested in coming. Because you got to see the vision. For me, you have to see it complete in your head.
Yes.
And then you start, okay, what should I be doing 1 week before, 2 weeks before, a month before, 6 months before?
Great minds think alike, Leslie.
It's so clear when you work backwards. I'm telling you. It may sound strange. It's good. Go on,
and not only that, it lets your imagination run wild. It's almost as if you're a kid again, because what I think that is so interesting and so beautiful about children is that they dream without limitations initially until somebody tells you no, and they kind of put a halt at your dream, which I think that's a very big thing with children today. But basically plan backwards. Think of your event or whatever you want to do as if it's perfect, it's already planned. And then you work your way and break things down until you get to the starting point. And then you read from start to finish. But plan backwards because you're going to be less intimidated by going through the different hurdles, because you're going to be going backwards, like as if you're rewinding a film. So I think that's the best advice I can say for anyone. Plan backwards, positive people. Surround yourself with people who are doing similar things, and not as similar things really, but having an ultimate goal for themselves and are not willing to put in the work. That's right. That has to be one of the experiences that I've learned, and so I think that's great. I think that if you really want something, you're willing to sacrifice a lot for it. You're willing to put in the work, and
that's right.
Yes, and I actually witnessed a speech with Michelle Obama, and she said something similar to that, and it just basically said that there's no way you're going to, if you want to achieve